and welcome to another night of droning. A little bit of a different one tonight. As you can see, I'm speaking in English, not in Spanish. And you might be wondering, why am I speaking in English and why are we live on Tuesday? As some of you know, Mr. Lazy Legs Andy is a little sick tonight and he's not going to be able to host this race. So me, we're from Spain. I said, well, I can jump in and host it for you guys. So that's what we're doing. Así que nada, la gente que está por el chat también española, tenemos a Víctor y a Marce. Muy buenas noches a los dos también. Bueno, básicamente lo que he explicado es eso, que hoy la gente de Reino Unido suele organizar carreras, pero Lazy Legs, que es el que lo organiza, está enfermo. Así que básicamente me he ofrecido voluntario para organizarlo y tener un día más de carreras y una semanita más. Así que nada, sí, justo me he dado cuenta cuando estaba hablando que no lo había bajado. Así que nada, hoy imagino que haré la mayor parte en inglés porque bueno, le hemos cogido el espacio, lo estamos haciendo para la gente de Reino Unido, pero bueno, si comentáis y demás, podemos ir cambiando de idioma como hacemos los domingos también, así que sin problema. So basically I was explaining to our Spanish viewers what we're doing tonight. So we're going to do the same format as every other Tuesday. Doesn't matter if it's Andy or me. We're going to follow the same thing just so everyone knows what we're doing. We're going to be flying in one of our circuits from Rotormad. I'm sure if you're flying tonight, you've already practiced there. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal there. And as we always do in our races, we're going to check how many people we have tonight. It should be around 12, 13 people, I think. Yeah, let's check. We have most people from the UK. They're really loyal to their Tuesday fun flies, so it's good to see them flying with us. We also have a bunch of Spaniards, and we have one guy from France. I think we had last Sunday. We also had someone from France. He didn't end up joining, so hopefully we can have him tonight, and you know, we can have a fun little race. Just spend an hour and a half, 2 hours together, and just enjoy some micro whoop flying. So yep, as we always say, basically we just have to wait for everyone to go green. It's kind of a funny sentence, but yeah, once everyone goes green, not in smoking but in in pits, we'll start the racing. Normally we do 2 practice runs, so 2 per pilot, depending how many heats we do. Normally we do 2 or 3. Tonight's looking like we're gonna do 3, depending on how many pilots we do. We always like to distribute all the heats evenly, so that's what we're gonna try to do. But before doing that, as I'm saying, we have to wait for everyone to go green. We have most of the people green now, but yeah, we'll give them some time. The race starts at 9:30 European time, 8:30 UK time or Canary Island time. So yeah, we always give a 10-minute margin so everyone can join and stuff. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So as I'm saying, just basically waiting for everyone to join. Y bueno, la gente por el chat, sí, básicamente lo que he explicado, eso, que hoy martes, que no solemos hacer carreras, pero la gente de Reino Unido no lo podían organizar, así que hemos dicho, oye, lo voy a organizar yo. Como es un día de carrera que organiza la gente de Reino Unido, pues oye, digo, lo voy a hacer la mayor parte en inglés, pero bueno, que el canal es el nuestro y entiendo que la mayoría de la gente que va a estar por aquí sois españolas, de que simplemente iremos cambiando de idioma sin mayor problema. Y nada, lo que hemos dicho, pues básicamente es lo mismo de siempre. No vamos a hacer nada nuevo a nivel de formato. Es un circuito nuestro también, bastante más rápido de lo habitual, eso sí, lo ha hecho Edu, Mr. H. Así que lo dicho, esperar a que todo el mundo se ponga en verde y empezaremos con el formato. Lo dicho, no vamos a hacer ninguna prueba, nada nuevo. Sí que hoy llama la atención, como estáis viendo, hay mucha gente de Reino Unido, es interesante. También, oye, parte de la cosa de organizar la carrera es hacer un pequeño acercamiento de la gente de Reino Unido y que más gente se pueda unir los domingos a nuestras carreras. Así que hoy tenemos aquí un gran número. Atención especial a Rich, que es uno de los pilotos más rápidos del simulador. Así que nada, seguramente está interesante. Y lo dicho, vamos a seguir esperando a que se una todo el mundo. Hoy estoy solo porque David se supone que va a participar. No sé si está registrado o no. Sí, mira, justo ha entrado aquí más gente de final. Tenemos a David también, que suele ser el que está conmigo acompañándome para comentar las carreras. Así que nada, va con Bruce Edu. Pues no tengo ni idea. Yo sí que creo que puede ser un buen circuito para Bruceless. No sé Rich esta gente que hará, pero lo veremos. He's got it. Mark Baker's not racing. Okay, so I'll just delete them from here so we know how many we actually have and we can make the count and make the even distribution. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we can do 2 heats of 7. That's probably gonna be it. But we're waiting for 2, 3 racers. Hey Scott, do you know if John is gonna be joining us tonight or not? I know for a fact Mr. H will. Don't know about John G Fly. He raced with us last week, so maybe he'll be joining. And I know nothing about this guy, so basically we're waiting for 2, I guess. I don't know. Scott, if you're there, anyone from the UK, if you know anything about Sila FPV, it would be good to know, so we can move on. But as we always say, we give them around 10-minute margin. We're not super exact with time here in Spain, so we always like to give a little bit more of 5-10 minutes. So we'll just wait until 9:40 our time, 8:40 UK time, and see who's green, who's not, and then we'll get going. Bueno, ¿qué os contáis por aquí, por el chat también? Todo el mundo aquí saludándose y demás. Edu que dice que no va a ir con el Bruceless, ¿no? Sí, Edu es lo que cuenta acá. Mira, ya tenemos a Janji Fly, perfecto. Tenemos a David también, que está listo. O sea que nos falta Zila y Benny. Si no viene ninguno de los dos, haremos 2 rondas de 6. Y bueno, si vienen los dos serán de 7. Si solo viene uno, pues habrá una de 7 y una de 6, que no es lo ideal, pero tendrá que funcionar. Así que vamos a ver si en el Discord... Vale, nadie sabe quién es Zila. Y a J aquí por el chat que dice Marcelo, are you there? Hey guys, good night.
BMFI.
So, does anyone know who Zila is?
Fried not mate.
No, sorry.
No,
Yeah, they raced with us before, but I don't know who they are.
Okay, so we'll just wait a couple minutes, and if he's green, we'll go. If he's red, we'll go too. Does that work?
Fine with me.
Cool.
All right. So I'll mute myself so I don't disturb you. If you want anything, just message me or Twitch or whatever. Okay.
Cheers, Oscar.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Vale, pues nada, y hablando con la gente, nadie conoce a nuestro amigo John Atkin, así que parece que no vamos a contar con él. Y Benjamin Bucky te parece que tampoco, así que veremos. Edu que pregunta, ¿método Fanfly o método Rotormat? Vamos a hacer método Rotormat. Método Fanfly es igual que el método Rotormat, lo que pasa es que no hacen rondas aleatorias. Nosotros vamos a hacer rondas aleatorias para que nos salga una final más igualada, que siempre merece la pena. Así que I was talking a bit about the format we're going to be doing. So as I explained at the beginning of the stream, we're going to do about 2 qualifying runs, 2 per pilot. We're going to have 2 heats, so it's going to be 4 in total, and then we'll do 2 or 3 depending on the time, and of course the final, which is 1 race. Whoever wins takes it all. So it's 5 past. Raúl también, ¿qué pasa? Bueno, pues nada, parece que esta gente no va a venir, ¿eh? Y bueno, la gente de Reino Unido, que es bastante más puntual que nosotros, seguramente que ya están impacientes para competir. Así que nada, vamos a darle un minutillo más a ver si aparecen o no. Si no, pues bueno, haremos la clasificación. Somos 12, voy a asegurarme que somos 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sí, somos 12, así que haríamos 2 rondas de 6. Es perfecto porque somos pares, así que no había mayor problema. Y nada, bastante gente por el chat, ¿eh? Tenemos a Marce. J, que también estaba por ahí. Ah, sí, J va a competir, no había visto. Pues atentos, a la rivalidad entre J y Marce, que sigue aquí latente. a tope. Hoy quizás la Armada Española, que está un poquito más huérfana, el gran favorito es Rich. Hoy no tenemos a Nitram, sí que lo ha estado dando al circuito, pero no va a competir. Así que eso, el gran favorito de la noche. Veréis que es una auténtica bala. Richard Morshead. Así que nada, parece que esta gente no va a venir. Vamos a poner aquí rondas de 6, 2 rondas de clasificación y empezamos. Alright, so basically we're not going to give them any more time. It doesn't seem like they're going to be flying tonight. So we're going to do 2 heats of 6 and 2 runs per pilot. So that's going to be 4 qualifying runs, 2 per pilot, as I said. So let's create and let's get going for tonight. So, as we see, this is all we have. This is practice, so result doesn't really matter, as we always say. So let's invite the first pilots, change scene, and let's jump into the simulator. Here we are. Alright, so we're gonna have Evil, Scotty, Viper, Janjufly, Barfly, and Hella Fresh. I love that name. Alright, so we're gonna give him a little bit of time to warm up, and this is the circuit we have. It was made by Mr. H, so he should have a little bit of an advantage over everyone else because he's practiced more than anyone. But we're going to give everyone a little bit of time so they can practice, so they can get used to the circuit. They can calm down a little bit, as we always say. Nerves play a big role in the simulator, in the races. So we're just going to let them fly around for a bit. We have 6 pilots here. It looks like everyone's ready, so give him a little bit of time, and we'll start this first race. As I said, we're gonna have 4 races of practice, so no points, no results matter towards the development of the race. That'll come later on during the night. So now it's just for getting used to the circuit and getting used to flying around everyone else and just having fun and getting used to everything. Alright, so let's start the first race. It looks like everyone's ready, so let's get going.
Pilots,
here comes
10
the lady.
seconds.
Pilots, 10 seconds, and we're gonna get going. Let's change the camera, put some cool camera, which have some cool angles here. And let's check the pilots in more detail as the flight starts. It kind of sucks that I put that there. So we don't have that great of a view, but here we have Evil in first place. He should be one of the favorites for this run. Also big numbers, big names such as Scotty, Viper, Barfly should be quite equal, but here we have Scotty going by Evil. Put his point of view camera. We have them. We were discussing earlier today. We didn't know if people were going to be flying with the brushless drone or the brush, the TWF. It looks like in this run we have most people using the TWF. It'll be interesting to see what Rich and the faster pilots are going to use, but for now looks like TWF is what pilots are using. 37 seconds for Evil, the first lap. 39 for Scotty. 47, can barely see that. 47 also for Hella Fresh. Good fight there for the third place. 49 for Barfly and 105 for Janjufly. Let's go to Hella Fresh to see that fight for the third place. It looks like he's a little bit behind Viper now. He's going, yep, that right side. It looks like, yeah, Barfly is going past 2. A little hard to follow here, but it looks like Evil starting the final lap with a bigger advantage over Scotty. There he is in the top part, and Viper and Hella Fresh, which are quite together still, but Barfly with a little bit of a bigger gap now. 132 for him, and let's go to Evil. So the final part of this first qualifying race. It's kind of hard to speak alone. I'm used to having Evil actually, who's racing right here right now with me, and you know he's not the main commentator to say in a way, but he offers like analysis and lets me rest for a little bit. So I know props to Andy, because he's always alone commentating the races. So it's kind of hard to keep the rhythm flowing. So yep. Así que nada, lo que estoy comentando aquí eso, que básicamente que David me ha dejado solo aquí, encima en inglés, Así que se hace complicado, ¿eh? Por una parte, hablar en inglés todo el rato solo y no tener a nadie que te hace ahí apoyos y con el que puedes comentar diferentes cosas. Pero nada, finaliza ya esta primera ronda. David en primera posición, Scotty, Butterfly, Viper, HelloFresh y Janufly. So, yes, as I was saying, we finished the first heat, the first run. Evil in first place, followed by Scotty, Butterfly, Viper, HelloFresh and Janufly. Let's go to the next one. Mitram, que dice que raro se me hace verte hablar en inglés. Sí, no es lo habitual, pero... Uy, que no sabía. Venga, qué susto. Pensé que había cerrado el juego sin querer. Hoy eso, como estamos haciéndolo con la gente de Reino Unido y tal, y hemos cogido un poquito el espacio de Lazy, pues he dicho, oye, vamos a hacerlo en inglés, que se sientan bienvenidos y que se animen a participar con nosotros los domingos. Joder, que siempre es la cosa que queremos. Siempre tenemos ahí a 2 o 3 que son fieles, tipo Scott y demás, pero Rich, esta gente no hacen ahí el traslado todavía. Así que nada, hablando de Rich, aquí lo tenemos en esta ronda. And we were commenting before, Rich, big favorite for tonight. Actually, big favorite pretty much always, unless Dan's racing. So yeah, let's wait him for a little bit. He should be the big favorite tonight, as I'm saying. He is one heck of a pilot. We also have Mike Harris, Mr. H, the creator of this circuit. Marce, our friend from Spain, great pilot. He's super young, but he's been improving very much lately. And we also have Ibanez and Jota, 2 other Spanish pilots. Pay attention to the fight between Marce and Jota. They are really close together, and in our Spanish races they always have awesome fights, so pay attention to that. Let's get going with this second race.
Pilots, 10 seconds.
There we go. It's a shame that this camera is not super good here, but there they go. Let's go with Rich FPV point. As you can see, he's already on a league of his own, so we're not really going to focus on him because there's not going to be much of a fight in these first races, unless, you know, probably Evil and some other pilots can be somewhat close to him, but not very much. So yeah, we're going to focus on everyone else. There we see Rich in the green, finishing his first lap. Second is Ibanez. Let's go with him. Yellow. There you go, one acro flyer, you could see that. Y mira, tenemos por el chat también a Oscar Rondón, nuestro amigo desde Colombia, que estaba hablando esta tarde mucho con él. Me comentaba que ya está a puntito de comenzar a participar con nosotros. Así que nada, un placer tenerte por aquí una noche más. Y eso, a ver cuando tienes ya la emisora funcionando y demás y puedes participar con nosotros. Lo comentábamos el anterior domingo, que eso, nos encantaría tener gente latina participando con nosotros, porque al final eso, competimos mucho con gente de Reino Unido, sobre todo como estamos haciendo hoy. Pero, jolín, al final eso, la gente latina, tenemos un vínculo muy grande y sería chulo tener más gente de por allí. Así que nada, tú seguramente seas el primero. A ver si se une más gente con el tiempo. And we have Ibanez in third place, actually. We have Mr. H, creative of the circuit, making a little bit of a comeback, so let's focus on him. Kind of a weird turn there. Rich 129. We haven't actually discussed times. I think we have Mitram from Spain. I think he's been the fastest in the time trial this evening. I think he did. Mitram que has hecho 1.26, ¿no? Creo. So yeah, 1:26 has been the fastest time during time trial. But as we always say, times in races tend to and as I'm talking, Mr. H making a huge mistake that that actually cost him the second and the third place. So they have Marce. Great race for him. And where's Jota? Jota comes in 6th place. So Rich, as we said, 30 seconds in front of everyone else. Ibanez, 2nd place. Marce, great race for Marce. 3rd place for him. 4th, Mr. H. 5th, Mike Harris, and 6th, Jota. So let's jump into the 3rd race of the night. And as I was saying, 1:26 has been the fastest time in time trial. Times tend to be a little slower during the races because, you know, nerves and you know, other pilots tend to make you lose more time. But we've seen 129 from Rich there, so everything and any time below 130, 135 is going to be the fastest we're going to be seeing tonight, especially as I'm always saying from Rich. So let's jump into the third race of the night. We're going to have Marthe and Jota once again. David, Evil coming up. Also, Mr. H, Viper, and Scotty. So we have, kind of, it's going to be a close race. I'm guessing Evil's going to take first, but then we have a really close fight for second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Actually, they're all really close, really good pilots. So expecting a good fight on this one.
10 seconds.
Vamos allá con la salida. Vamos a ponernos con Evil. Ahí vamos. Nitran que nos dice sí, 1.26. Vale, perfecto. Pues nada, aquí tenemos la salida. There's the start. Kind of a shame I put this pole here when I was giving the finishing touches to the circuit. If I knew the camera was going to be here, I wouldn't have put it. But anyways, as I'm saying, it's going to be a close run, and here it is. It's showing everyone's pretty close, and great start from Marthe. He keeps proving week by week. For those of you who don't know him, I think he's around 13 or 14, so he's one of the youngest pilots we have in the sim, and he wasn't that fast when we started, but week by week he's just getting better and better and better, and there was him in second place. Whoops. Third place actually. Scotty came 2 seconds before him, really close to Evil. Fourth place for Viper, and fifth for Mr. H. A little bit of a weaker first lap for him. Sixth for Jota, 54 seconds for him, so he's way behind the rest. So let's jump with Scotty to see how he's doing. He was really close to Evil, so let's see how this second lap's going and how his time is doing. So I'm guessing we still have Evil in front. Let's check. Yes, 110 for him. Scotty 115, so a little bit of a weaker second lap for him there. And third place for Marthe, just 3 seconds behind. So let's watch Marthe as he tries to get the second place. Marthe, as I'm saying, he's been improving week by week, but he still hasn't managed to make it into any of the finals of our Sunday races. So I'm guessing tonight's gonna be the day that he makes it to the final. But I'm thinking now, he said he might not be able to make it till the end. In Spain, as you know, it's 1 hour ahead of the UK, so it's school night and stuff. So for him, he might not be able to make the final, to race the final, even if he makes it. But here we have him in second place for him. So he actually went past Scotty. Time for 1:58 for him. 2:04 for Mr. H. He made a little bit of a comeback, and we're gonna have Viper in fifth place. There we have him in the blue area, going through the tunnel. And let's jump to Jota, who's doing this final part. Left turn here, not quite that way. That's much better. Right turn now to the poles, little zigzag through the tunnel and into the finish line. Oh, it didn't count. It didn't count. Go back. Go back. There we go. 252. He kind of hit the gate there, and it didn't count, but finally didn't matter because he was last anyways. So let's end this third race, and we're gonna have the fourth and final warm-up race, in which we're gonna have Barfly, Mike, Harris, Ibanez, Janjifly, Rich, and Hella Fresh. By the pilots. Y tú que nos dices, estos muy guapos y tal, pero a ver si se anima alguna tía a volar. Pues mira, bueno, no es tía, es chica, es niña más que nada. La hija de Mr. Lazy Legs, el chico que organiza las carreras y al que estoy supliendo yo hoy, solía competir, y lleva unas semanas que ya no, pero solía correr con nosotros y vuela bastante bien, la verdad. Es tipo así Marce, ¿no? Piloto que van semana a semana y vas viendo mucha mejoría. Así que sí, estaría interesante tener a más, pero de momento yo creo que ya ha sido la única que hemos visto por aquí.
Pilots, 10
So,
seconds.
let's start this final run. We're going to have Barfly, Mike Harris, Ibanez, Genjifly, Rich, and Hella Fresh. Let's start with Rich in the start, just seeing go. and then we'll follow what everyone else is doing, because again, this race he shouldn't have any huge competition unless he makes on the big mistakes, which he normally doesn't. So yes, we see big gap already. Let's jump with who's second now? Ibanez. Ooh, Ibanez, good start for him. So let's jump with our Spanish friend. We kind of hit it there. Okay, let's go. Hombre, Amparo. Está por el chat nuestra amiga Amparo, la madre de todos aquí en las carreras, en la competición. Y nada, aquí estamos. No tenemos a Edu en esta ronda, ¿no? No. Ha hecho antes, se ha quedado cuarto, ¿eh? La verdad es que este circuito de Edu, creado por Edu, ha sido aquí el arquitecto esta noche. Pero no lo ha hecho del todo bien, así que nada, veremos a ver si ahora que llega Amparo se pone las pilas y mejora. Hablamos esta mañana por Instagram, ha sido, yo creo, sí, que le decía que el otro día, la semana pasada, hace 2 semanas ya, consiguió un podio, pero no estaba, si no te lo ha podido dedicar, así que le he puesto ahí el reto de a ver cuando nuestro amigo señor H, Edu, consigue un podio y estás tú para verlo, que sería ahí ya el orgullo máximo. Así que nada. Rich coming into the finish line 1:27, so pretty much the fastest time we've seen in the circuit. As I said, 1:26.0 I think Nitram did, so really fast. And as we see, big gap to the rest. Ibanez is going to come second. There he is in the upper part of the right side of the track. Let's go with him for this final part. Making some huge mistakes here. He decides to go back. That's what everyone should do. As you know, there's a 15 second penalty if you jump a gate. So not really recommended to do that. And there he is, 2:02 for him. Let's check who's going to come third. Looks like Mike Harris, but hella fresh. Really close behind. Also Janju Fly. But it looks like finally Mike Harris with the time at 2:13. He's going to make it. And ooh, close finish there for Hella Fresh, 2:16. But Janju Fly looks like he missed an entire lap or close. 3:16 for him. And Barfly is going to come in 6th with a time of 2:29. But he ends up 5th because Janju Fly penalized in, as I said, pretty much an entire lap. So this is the results of the 4th and final warm-up race. Now we're gonna have the qualifying races for the main final. Let's go back to this view where we can see all the results. These are the results we have. As I said, this is warm-up, doesn't matter. What matters is right now, but we're gonna come here, and we're gonna stay. We're gonna do 3 qualifying rounds. So now every pilot's gonna race 3 times to decide who goes into the final. Vale, mira, justo me decía Rotomale, J tiene problemas con la emisora. Vale, pues vamos a esperar. Lo veo aquí en rojo, cuando se ponga en verde. Para allá. Sí, Martín que dice Rich va muy fuerte. Ya sabéis que en Twitch ahora hay que tener cuidado. Vamos a decir que Rich va muy fuerte. Sí, la verdad es que es una máquina. Me hubiese gustado que hubiese estado tú, porque hubiese sido aquí la rivalidad perfecta. Así que nada, una pena. No creo que tenga mucha competencia hoy. Pero nada, por detrás yo creo que sí va a estar bien. Quizás David es el que está un poquito por delante. Pero ahí pues tenemos a Marce, que está a tope hoy. Una pena que igual se tiene que ir a la cama antes de que llegue a la final. Sería curioso, ¿no? Que lleva buscando la final tantas semanas y el día que llega no la pueda pilotar. Pero bueno, si no es hoy será el domingo o cualquier otro día. Y bueno, pues después tenemos a Scott, tenemos a Ibanez, por supuesto, Edu, toda esta gente que yo creo que hay un nivel bastante igualado, quitando a Rich, ¿no? Así que bueno, lo veremos. A ver si nuestro amigo J se prepara. De mientras, vamos a ir preparando las rondas. Oh, let's create the heats. As I said, we're going to have 3 races per pilot, so we're going to have 6 rounds in total. This is the distribution. The way we do it in our races, every heat is random, so we're not gonna race with the same people all the time. We've been doing some testing, and it's shown that this method yields the best result in terms of everything being fair, and it qualifies the best and the fastest pilots to the final, because you're racing against everyone, not just the fastest or the slowest pilots. So this is the way we're gonna do it. So three rounds per pilot. You're gonna race against everyone. It's completely randomized. So yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're waiting for Jota, which was changing the controller. Looks like he's ready, so we're also ready. Let's jump into the first round of the qualifier. Here we are with Rich. Who's green? Anyone green? Hello? Who's supposed to be green? He's not joining. Mr. H. Mr. H. Edu, ¿estás por ahí? ¿Que no te has unido? So we're supposed to have Mr. H. He hasn't joined, so let's see what's happening. But we're also gonna have Rich, Mike Harris, Barfly, Scotty, and Ibanez. There he is. There he is. Mr. H. There we have him. Is he ready? He's working. Looks like it is. Yes. Let's check everyone else is ready to go. Yes, yes, yes. Barfly is a little stuck here. Okay, he's good. Alright, everyone's ready. Let's get going.
Pilots, 10
So as we're
seconds.
saying, this is the first round of the qualifier. Okay, let's go. I'm debating whether to use this view or not because it's beautiful, but when you can't see anything, it doesn't really work. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we have Rich here. You know, I'm sure you've all heard of him. He just goes really fast, and nobody can follow him. So we're just gonna see him at the start, and then we're not gonna pay attention to him because it's not really interesting. It's just miles out of everyone else. Reminds me of Hamilton in the Formula 1. Everyone else actually is having a good flight. We have Mr. H in second place, but a little bit of a misstep there. And Scotty takes the second place. Let's go. Let's watch. Point of view. Oop, mistake here. But everything's really close. Let's see who came second at the end of the first lap. Mike Harris actually. Scotty third. Mr. H fourth. Everyone really, really close within 1 second. Who's gonna come fifth? Ibanez, followed by Barfly. Rich, which is looking like he could lap someone actually. But let's jump into Mike Harris. Actually, he's kind of new. His name doesn't really ring a bell to me, but he's doing really good tonight. He's actually pretty fast. Ooh, little mistake for him there. Retains the second position. Amparo que dice, ¿qué fluidez tienes hoy, Oscar? Sí, pues lo que comenta, estoy solo, que me ha dejado David solo porque va a competir hoy. Mike Harris aquí que se engancha, se ha enganchado. Y eso, se hace un poquito más complicado porque eso, tener a David siempre me ayuda, eso, aunque yo sea el que más habla y tal, pues siempre le digo, oye David, ¿cómo ves esto? ¿Cómo tal? Y me da ahí un poquito de respiro, así que nada, la forma de hacerlo más ameno, además, bueno, teniendo que cambiar de idiomas y tal. Así que nada, 1.35 para Rich, tiempazo, 1.35 for Rich, a little slower than his previous runs, but still super fast. In the meantime, Mr. H looks like he's going to take the second place there. We have him really closely followed by Ibanez, actually. Really great comeback for him. Let's go watch that. Oh, a little bit of nerves coming in, and it looks like Ibanez is going to take the second place, actually. Yep, there it is, 2:01. Mr. H is going to come in third. Let's see where Scotty is. There he is, fourth place for him. Who's going to come fifth? Mike Harris, a little bit of a weak final up, but as I was saying, I think Mike Harris is pretty new and he's doing great. So good to see new pilots come in, new fast pilots come in. Actually, that's really good to see. And here we have Barfly, or the veteran, gonna come in sixth. Buena remontada, Ibanez, está guay. Edu que está corriendo en casa, pero de momento no se está notando, ¿eh? Amparo, me parece que hoy no vas a tener podio tampoco, no va a haber champán. Bueno. And we're done with the first heat, the qualifiers. As I was explaining earlier, we do 6 races, 3 per pilot, and they get points depending on their final results. So, for example, in this race, Rich gets 8 points. Second place, Ibanez gets 7, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, and then it goes on. We only have 6 pilots per heat, so it's going to be 3 for the 6th pilot and 8 for the first, and whatever goes in the middle. Let's invite the pilots for the second run. Sí, además eso, el circuito de Edu no solo es un circuito que ha hecho él, sino que sino que es una réplica a escala, vamos a decir real, o más o menos real, de su casa, de donde él vuela a diario. O sea que me gustan para irte. Supongo que en tu casa estará más apetitosa. Sí, la verdad es que no creo que tenga aquí un pabellón aquí. Ojalá lo tuviese, ¿eh? Quizá tendríamos el sitio perfecto para hacer las carreras presenciales de Rotormaz. Pero bueno, vamos a dejarlo en escala parecida. Así que nada. Second race, we're gonna have Jungifly, HelloFresh, Marce, Viper, Evil, and Jota. Favorites here should be Evil, and then, expecting a good fight between Marce and Jota. Looks like Marce has been a little faster in the circuit tonight, but we'll see. Also Viper, good pilot, so let's start and see how it pans out.
10 seconds.
Let's go. So Marce for the start. Who's start for him first? Plays. There we have him. Up David. Who's David? Yeah, there he is. Yellow. Coming up in first. Hombre, Francesc. ¿Qué tal? Todo bien, aquí estamos de carrerita con la gente de Reino Unido. La verdad es que al final hemos salido 12 somos, ¿no? Así que oye, es una carrerita chula. Uy, Marce aquí que se equivoca. Él lo está escuchando. Ahí lo recupera. Y sabes que Marce, eso me encanta ver a Marce porque semana a semana se le va yendo mejor y mejor. Es lo que digo siempre. Es un gustazo ver cómo los pilotos semana a semana está muy bien eso, ver a Rich, ver a Nitran y tal. Pero ya sabes que van bien. Pero ir viendo semana a semana que el piloto va mejorando y cada vez es más rápido y cada vez está más cerca de los de arriba, es muy divertido. And we have the final of this first lap. 33 for Evil, 41 for Jota. Actually, really good first lap for him. 42 for Marce, 42 also for HelloFresh, 50 for Viper, and 1 minute for Jungifly, our Italian friend. Let's jump into Jota. Really close racing actually between Jota and Marce. Looks like Marce is back in front. Let's go to Jota. Me dicen, me iba mal para correr hoy. ¿Lo dices por hora o qué? Porque el domingo pasado, no sé si estabas en el stream para verlo o no. Puse... Uy, J aquí que se salta. Puse tu cámara varias veces y me daba como saltitos. No sé si eso es cosa... Si tú también lo veías o era solo cosa mía, pero me resultó curioso. And Evil's into the final lap. Looks like he's going to do 140. Yeah, I was going to say 140 something. 143 for him. Marce is actually going to take the second place. Yeah, bigger gap to Jota. Great place for him. And HelloFresh, that seems to be making some huge mistakes. He's going to miss out on the podium here. But here we have Marce reaching the finish line. 201 for him. Jota is going to come in third. There he is, 220. And Jungifly. Is Jungifly going to come in third? Fourth, actually? That's kind of weird. What happened here? Yep. 3 minutes for him. Okay. I wasn't paying attention, but something happened here. HelloFresh and Viper coming 5th and 6th. I'm guessing they make some huge mistakes in this final lap. And there it is. Oh, Jungifly actually penalized. So 3 minutes. So HelloFresh is going to retain the 4th place. 228, 232 for Viper, and 3 minutes for Jungifly. This is the end of the second race of the night. A ver qué le cuenta. No, en general, ya, puede ser lo de mi cam, la fibra de Adamo en mi pueblo va a pocharnia. Hay días que tengo... Ah, vale. O sea, que es tema de... Vale. Es que me llamó la atención y digo, no sé si es cosa... porque a mí siempre se me ve bien, ¿sabes? Pero digo, no sé si tengo algo yo mal o es cosa tuya. Y me llamó la atención, ¿sabes? Bueno, finalizamos esta ronda. Let's invite pilots for the third round. We're going to have Rich, Barfly, Evil, HelloFresh, Viper, and Scotty. Let's go. So, I think it's the first heat where we're going to have Rich and Evil racing together. 143 for Evil in this previous heat. The slowest time for Rich has been in the 130s, so it should be closer than it's ever been tonight, but not quite as close as we'd like it to be. But, third, fourth place, gonna have a good fight. HelloFresh, Viper, and Scotty flying once again. Also, Barfly joining, so it should be a good run for the third, fourth,
Pilots,
fifth
10
place.
seconds.
Sí, es lo que hablamos, de Marce. Yo parece que soy un teléfono escacharrado ahí repitiendo siempre lo mismo, pero es increíble, tío, ver cómo mejora semana a semana. A mí me llama la atención eso y es una cosa que me encanta ver. Bueno, como decimos siempre, vamos a empezar con Rich. En cuanto se escape del resto ya cambiamos y vemos cómo va la cosa, porque tampoco tiene mucho aliciente verle a él. Jota, que nos dice alguien quiere una Turnigy Evolution. Creo que es la emisora eso, ¿no? Que es la que te ha fallado esa. Bueno, Rich, como decimos, que va solo. Oh, we're gonna a good fight there for the 3, 4th, 5th place. Where's Evil? Oh, Evil's in 3rd, actually, fighting with Barfly. Great start from Barfly, actually. Evil's gonna come in 2nd, Barfly 3rd, and great fight for the 4th place also. Scotty and Viper. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake for Viper. He misses again. He decides to go back to the tunnel. There we go. So 29 for Rich, 38 for Evil, 38 for Barfly. Also great fight there. 42 for Scotty, HelloFresh, and Viper. 104 and 51. Let's jump with Evil to see how he's doing. Looks like he's increased the gap to Barfly. Let's see what the time is looking like at the end of the second lap and the beginning of the final lap. Yeah, Barfly a little bit behind now. Scotty making his way back. Looks like he's gonna be fighting for the podium. Ooh, a little bit of mistake there for Scotty. Every time I mention someone, they make a mistake. It's the caster curse, as people usually say. Rich 128. There he goes. Great done. Well done, Rich. Let's jump with, actually Evil is going to be 2nd with big gap over everyone else, kind of like what we expected. 141 for him. And Scotty and Barfly. Pay attention to that light blue and green. Looks like Scotty's a little bit ahead, but any mistake could change things. Let's see how Scotty's doing. There he goes in the blue, going to the tunnel, right turn, and 157, 3rd place for him. Barfly's gonna come in 4th. There we have him. Boom, 203. And Viper and HelloFresh having a good fight also. A little bit of mistake from Viper. HelloFresh getting ahead. Let's jump into the POV for these final turns. There he is. Boom, boom, boom. Right turn and 5th place. There he is. Let's see. Viper. I think he missed the gate there. We're going to see now. Okay, he missed another one. 244. Maybe not. Dice Martín que tiene 1.23.8 en el leaderboard. Rich. Vale. O sea que ha pulverizado el 1.26 incluso. Pues nada. Tremendo. La cosa es eso, que hace tiempazo. Hace tiempos que dices, pero ¿cómo hace ese tiempo? Y después en carrera, sí que, lógicamente, para los pilotos más rápidos, y pone pues tú, Nitra, Dan y tal, pero es más accesible. Lo que no sé es cómo es capaz de ser tan rápido en las cronometradas. Es algo increíble, no sé si tiene algún truco o algo que nosotros no sepamos, pero llama la atención. So we're talking about 123. Rich has done a 123 in time trial. I don't know how he manages to get those times, but he's being a little slower during the races, but still not slow enough so anyone can challenge. So as we've been saying the entire night, he's the number one favorite for the night. Let's jump into the 4th round, 4th heat. We're gonna have Jungifly. Okay, I didn't hear the ladies. I was maybe the sim went a little bit rogue, but nope. Let's jump with Marce once again. We have Jungifly, Marce, Jota, Mr. H, Ibanez, and Mike Harris. This should be nice and close as we like it. Close is being so far. Here's a start. Marce in 3rd place, Mr. H 2nd, and Ibanez in 1st place. Ibanez actually making a little bit of a comeback. He was a little weaker last Sunday, but he's doing much better today. So let's see how he ends up. Oh, great first lap. Everyone's super close. A little bit of a mistake from Marce there. Another mistake. Looks like Jota's making his way back. Oh, a little mistake, but 38 for Mr. H, 39 for Ibanez, 41 for Marce, and 41 for Jota, 44 for Mike Harris, and 102 for Jungifly. I think Jungifly is missing one gate every single time, and he doesn't know where. We might have to pay attention to him, but I don't think we have a way of communicating with him either, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. He should have practiced a little more, I guess. Mr. H now in first place, closely followed by Ibanez. And Marthe also really close behind. Let's go with Ibanez to see that fight we're seeing here. Super close. Ibanez and Mr. H. Let's see if Marthe can make his way back. And we have a three-way fight in the final lap for the win in this heat. Let's see. Ibanez maintains the lead so far, but everything's super close. Mr. H there, he's a little bit up. Let's see where we have Marthe now. Oops, this is Janjifly. Ooh, so Marthe looking like he's making quite a few mistakes in this final lap. Nerves coming in. And we have Mr. H in first place, actually, I think. Yep, it looks like he's gonna take it. Let's see if Ibanez... What? Oh, okay. It's like, who came in first? Okay, so 151 for Mr. H. Ibanez will come second. Weaker final lap there. 156 for him. A little bit behind. Marthe, 2 minutes for him. Good time for Marthe. And J, que no sé qué ha pasado. Dice, si ya me retiro, no quiero sufrir más. Ah, vale. Vale, entendido. Mike Harris 213 se reinició, dice. ¿Qué ha pasado? No sé. Bueno. Y Janjifly 301. I'd like to know if anyone knows Janjifly. He seems to be missing a gate because he's actually doing quite good, quite fast. But I haven't managed to see where he's missing because he's penalizing every run. Es Cooking Soul. Es una playlist aquí que ha hecho de musiquilla y la subo un poco. Alright, so we're done with the fourth race of the night. We have 2 more qualifying rounds, 2 more races to determine who goes on to the final. So as we always say in our Sunday races, every single race counts, no matter if you're 5th, 6th, 4th, especially today. We have 12 pilots, 8 pilots moving to the final. So every single point you can get is going to count and is going to decide who moves on. Let's go with the 5th race, where we're going to have Barfly, Viper, Ibanez, who's white, Mr. H once again, Marthe, Mike Harris. This is actually pretty similar to the previous race. Interesting. I was actually debating whether it was the same one again, but no, we had J in the previous race, so it's actually the 5th one. Let's start.
Pilots, 10
There's the lady.
seconds.
And everyone's ready. Let's go with Mr. H for the start. He was the winner in the previous race. He should be among the favorites in this heat. We also have Ibanez once again. We have Marthe 2. So it should be close racing once again. Here we have great start for everyone. I'm surprised how Mr. H does that turn. He doesn't turn right. He makes a full 360 and goes down. Kind of interesting. I don't think it's the fastest way to do it, but you know, whatever feels comfortable. He's first. Anyways, so here you have him going through the tunnel, going through another tunnel. Left turn now. Let's see who's behind him. Pretty much everyone's behind him. Ibanez making a little bit of mistake. Closely forward by Mike Harris, and Marthe is also there. Wow, this is really close. Super nice. 38 for Mr. H, 39 for Ibanez, 41 for Mike, and actually Marthe had a little bit. Okay, he penalized 15 seconds. Marthe's going to be out of this race with everything being so close. 45 for Viper and 48 for Barfly. Looks like Mr. H is increasing the gap, but everything's super close. Oh, actually not. He made a little bit of mistake and everything's super close. We have the 4 first pilots fighting for the win. About half a second to a second gap between all of them, but everything's super close, even closer now. Mistake from Ibanez. Mr. H takes the lead, but Ibanez takes it back. There we go. 117. Who's third? Who's going to come in third? Oh, actually, it didn't. Oh, yeah, it's Marthe. Kind of making his way back. Not enough. He has to retake about 11 seconds. It's not going to be enough in the final lap. Mike Harris might take the third place, even if he's not third in the actual race. But great fight between these pilots. Actually, Martha's gonna come in first. Oh, a little bit of a mistake. Let's go. Let's jump with Ibanez for these final parts. He's first so far. Oh, he missed that gate. That's gonna cost him very much, pretty much the entire race. And here we have Martha. He's gonna come in first. Let's go with Martha, but he penalized. 2:12 for him. Let's see who comes second. Ibanez, who's gonna take it. And now let's count. Let's see if Martha can make up the time he lost. No, it's not gonna be. Now he's gonna go to fourth. That kind of sucks. So 1:59 for Ibanez, 2:03 for Mike, 2:07 for Mr. H, and 2:12 for Martha. Kind of sad for Martha. He made a great run. We don't know where the mistake was. 5th place for Viper, 2:28 and 2:32 for Barfly. So Martha retains the 4th place. I don't know what happened. ¿Qué ha pasado, Marce? ¿Dónde has fallado? Te ha penalizado una puerta en la primera vuelta, ha sido. No lo hemos visto, pero una pena, tío. Habéis hecho un carrerón. So we're done with the 5th and final race of the night. Not final race of the night. We're now into the final qualifying race of the night. That's what I meant to say. Let's finish the results here and let's invite the 6 pilots that are going to race in this final qualifying round. Gotti, Evil, Jota, HelaFresh, Genufly, and Rich. So as we're saying, this is going to be the final opportunity for these 6 pilots to add up points and try to make it into the final. So let's jump into it.
Pilots, 10
Scotty,
seconds.
Evil, Jota, HelaFresh, Genufly, and Rich. We should have a great fight between Evil, Jota, HelaFresh, and Scotty. Genufly a little bit behind. Let's actually focus on Genufly and see where the mistake is coming from, because it could be similar to what happened to Martha. So let's just pay a little bit of attention to him in this first lap, and then we'll get back to everyone. Yeah, so that's a mistake. He's not going to the right. I don't think he's paying attention. There's a pole there that makes you go right there. So that's gonna be the mistake. He's gonna do 45 seconds more than what he should. Rich coming into the finish line for the first lap, 29 seconds. Evil, second place, actually pretty close, 5 seconds behind only. 34 gate timing. We have a good fight for the 3rd place. Scotty takes it so far. Closely followed by Jota, 40 and 41 seconds for them. Who's going to come in 5th? It's going to be HelaFresh, Genufly in 6th place. So let's focus with Scotty and Jota. Jota looks to be the best fight we're having so far. So jump into it. Look like Scotty going pretty safe. Not many mistakes, which is making him increase the gap to Jota. There we have it. 1:17 for him, 10 seconds behind Evil. And actually, Evil doing a great run so far. 7 seconds only behind Rich. That's pretty good. And let's focus on Jota. He's got some ways to make if he wants to get into the podium on this one. Ooh, that was pretty far from the pole. Okay, he decides to make it back. That's what I would have done too, to avoid the penalty. Always 15 seconds. It's not worth it. It's always better to go back. I think he's fine with the brushless. Jota, creo que me estás escuchando por eso que has hecho. ¿Vas con el brushless? Comunícate con nosotros si nos estás escuchando. A ver qué nos dice. Parece que no dice nada. No, sí, pero yo creo que por cómo suena se ha puesto nervioso, Le estoy hablando y se ha puesto nervioso. Y llega aquí el banquito y le va a adelantar. Anyways, 1:29 for Rich, 1:40 for Evil. Ooh, he managed to take it. Jota 4th place. Great job there. And let's go with Genufly. So, anyway, Scotty 3rd place. Jota 4th place. Right behind him, HelaFresh. And 5th place is going to be for Genufly, who's not going to make it to the final. He's been 6th in all the runs. So, let's get back to this view. Here we have it. And these are the results for the 6 qualifying heats that we're going to be doing tonight. Now I'm going to change the amount of pilots per round. We're going to do 6 for the grid size, and we're gonna create heats. It's not a heat, It's not heats, it's one single heat because it's the final. Winner takes it all. Let's see the 8 pilots that are gonna be part of it. So here we have them. Yay, Martha made it. So we're gonna have Mike Harris, Scotty, Jota, Martha, Rich, Mr. H, Evil, and Ibanez. As you can see, I think it's fairly the fastest pilots we've had. Let's actually look at the results to see who left out. Barely. HelloFresh, he actually had some good runs. But 13 points for him, 14 for Jota. He makes it into the final. Surprising. Viper's gonna come in 11th and Janufly 12th place. So these 8 pilots are gonna be the ones that are gonna be into the final, as we can see right here. So let's invite them and jump into it. Here we go. We haven't actually discussed the amount of laps we're gonna be doing, but we'll just do 3 because we don't have many of the English pilots, I think, here with us. So it would be a little bit harder to communicate with them. Anyways, this is gonna be the final. As I said, 8 pilots now, not 6, as we've been saying the rest of the night. Y bueno, pues nada, estamos aquí en la final. Estos son los 8 pilotos que vamos a tener con nosotros: Mike Harris, Scotty, J, Marce, Rich, Edu, David e Ibáñez. Bueno, gran favorito de la noche, lo hemos estado viendo, yo creo que no hay ninguna duda. Si alguien quiere hacer predicciones, imagino que nadie se atreverá a decir que Rich no va a ser el primero. Después parece que David se ha estado mostrando el segundo más rápido de la noche, fácilmente. Así que ha puesto por David en la segunda posición. Y después, el tercer puesto, lo veo bastante abierto, pero yo creo que mi apuesta va a ser clara. Yo voy a apostar por Marce, lo ha estado haciendo muy bien. Marce, si me estás escuchando, es el momento de parar el stream o mutearlo, quita el sonido, concéntrate a tope. Confío en ti, por esa tercera posición. Y bueno, después, pues la verdad es que va a estar bastante igualada esa tercera posición. Tenemos a Edu, tenemos a Marce, a Jota, Scotty, Mike Harris. La verdad es que está todo bastante igualado, pero mira, Nitran que dice ahí también Rich, Evil, Marce, ¿de acuerdo conmigo? Yo creo que sí. Si a Marce no le ponen los nervios, recordemos que es su primera final, así que veremos a ver. Pues nada, vamos a darles aquí 30 segunditos más de calentamiento y comenzamos con esta gran final. Aquí tenemos a Ibáñez haciendo publicidad de Rotormaz y la tribu. Ibáñez, que podría estar calentando, pero no, prefiere aquí puro marketing y puro freestyle. Así que nada, esperemos que no le cueste caro luego. Marcia aquí también mirando a la pantalla. Que no sé quién es, no está. ¿Nos falla alguien aquí? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién nos falta? Nos falta Jota. Amigo Jota, ¿vas a correr o no? So Jota just left. I don't know what happened, so we're just gonna try to solve that issue. Try to see if he's gonna reconnect or not. See what's gonna happen, and we'll get going. Meanwhile, they can warm up and, calm themselves down a little bit, because the final is where the most nerves come in. So, it's good to let them have a little bit of a breather before the final. Que nada, Jota, no estás por ahí. Te has salido del lobby. A ver qué está pasando. Jota no da señales de vida. Le vamos a dar un minutito a ver si aparece o no. Se me apagó todo, dice. ¿Y lo puedes volver a encender o cómo va? Cuéntame. Ey, David, que solo hay 2. No bajes tanto. Sí, Jota seems to be having some technical issues. Something went off. So we're just gonna see what he tells us, and if we can get underway as soon as possible. Oh yeah, he's saying he's restarting everything, so he should be back within a few. Vale, pues nada, te esperamos, no hay problema. Solo queda una carrerita, vamos bien de tiempo. Así que nada. Ha ido bastante rápido, no sé por qué. Quizás el circuito era algo más cortito, pero hemos empezado más tarde que los domingos. Hemos empezado a las 9:30 y son las 10:25. Y vamos ya con la final. Curioso. Sí que hemos hecho 2 rondas, pero también hemos tenido días en los que hemos hecho 2 rondas nosotros. Y siempre solemos andar sobre la hora y media o así. Mira, justo ahora llegamos 1 hora 40 segundos de directo. Así que, no sé, curioso. Sí que es verdad que hemos esperado menos. Eso quizás puede ser lo que nos haya hecho ganar ahí esos margen. Cuando estés listo, avísanos, intenta entrar a ver si te mete y si no reiniciamos. Pero nada, cuéntame cómo va todo y nada, lo solucionamos rápidamente. Pero no, está bien porque van a tener tiempo aquí para calentar. Que luego no haya excusas, ¿no? De decir, joder, he fallado porque estaba frío, tal, no había participado en las 2 últimas de clasificación. Nada, aquí no hay duda, ¿eh? So we're still waiting for Jota. He's restarting. I believe he's restarting the computer or something. Something went wrong. He's been having quite a few. Pero estoy en pits. Vale, pues nada, reinicio la carrera. Eso es lo que te quería preguntar. Vamos a empezar.
Pilots, 10
Abortamos,
seconds.
mandamos a todo el mundo a pits. Y cuando vuelvas a entrar deberías estar tú también.
Race aborted. Repeat. Race aborted.
So yeah, we're gonna restart everything. We're gonna send everyone back to pits and back into the circuit. That should hopefully fix the problems Jota is having. So let's see. Fingers crossed. Let's hope everything goes well. So let's see. We have Mike here, Scotty. Pay attention here. He's not joining. There he is. All right, let's jump into his POV camera. Let's see if everything works well. Yep, there he is. All right, let's give him 30 seconds to warm up, to catch up to everyone else, just so everything's as fair as possible. Let's also check everyone else is ready. We've had a little bit of a... Ooh, Rich. This Rich... Yeah, he seems to be in. This sometimes happens, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. If the race starts and he's not there, we'll abort again. But shouldn't be that big of a deal so far. Anyways, looks like everyone's ready. Everything's good for Jota. Jota, who's used in the brushless. I think he's one of the only ones. Might be the only one in the final, actually. Yep, Mike Harris using the brush. So Scotty. There, you can see the difference. Let's pause the music. Here, you can see the difference in the sound. This is like a super high pitch B. There's a little bit of a lower pitch. That's the difference. That's how you can tell if one's using the brushless, the most powerful drone in the game, in the sim, or the brush, the second most powerful one. Anyways, let's start the race. Let's get going with the final.
Pilots, 10 seconds.
Music back. And let's jump with Rich for the start. Big favorite for tonight. Starting with the second line. Shouldn't matter. There he is in first place already. He doesn't miss. Boom, boom, boom. Already creating a gap. Let's see the top camera. There he is in the yellow. Everything else behind him is quite close, actually. Evil in second place, as we said, should be what we're expecting. But let's pay attention to the third place, because that seems to be what's going to be the biggest fight in this final. We have Martha. Great first lap for him. Also for Scotty. There we have him. Fighting. Mistake for Evil, who's actually really close to Ibanez, to Scotty, and to Martha. There we have them. All of them within 3 seconds. Mr. H a little bit behind, 43 seconds for him. And Mike Harris, 46. And Jota, who is miles behind everyone else. Doesn't matter. Let's focus on the fight for second and third. Looks like Scotty is taking second now. Oh, well, third actually. Evil second. And Martha, it's kind of confusing between Martha and oh, Scotty got stuck there. That's gonna cost him much. Looks like, let's see if it's Ibanez or who it is. Yes, it's Ibanez in third place, 114 for him. Mr. H making a big comeback. It's gonna be fourth. But actually, Scotty takes it back. That was kind of weird. I think Mr. H. Well, anyways, Rich 125, fastest time of the night in the final. There you go. Congrats, Rich. let's focus on the second and third place. Looks like Evil's gonna take second. There he's coming. Let's go with him. 138 for him, and let's see who's gonna take third. Looks like it might be. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see who's that white. It's gonna be Ibanez, I think. Let's go with him. Yes, there he is. Right turn and 153rd place. There's the podium for tonight. Scotty could come in fourth, or Mr. H. Yes, it's gonna be Mr. H, 157. But I think he penalized. That's what confused me in the final. In the previous lap, so Scotty 157, Mr. H, I think he had a starting penalty, so that's going to cost him the 4th place, and Martha comes in 6th place in his first final. Really well done for him, super close to the podium. Mike Harris is going to come in 7th, 215, and Jota is going to be 3rd. Not 3rd, he's the 3rd drone here, but it's going to come in 8th. There he is, 3:01 for him. Así que nada, finaliza ya este Tuesday Fanfly. Sí, Rich ha hecho 1.25. No, decía Nitramantes que tenía 1.23, pero ha sido su tiempo más rápido de la noche de carreras, así que nada. Brutal. Y tú también, has bajado de 1.40, ¿no? Sí. Nada, lo de Rich está en su mundo hoy. So this is everything for tonight. We're talking Rich fastest time of the night in the final. That shows nerves of steel. He doesn't get nervous. He doesn't feel the pressure. And it was Evil, as we were predicting. 2nd place for him. Ibanez gets back into the podium after a few weaker weeks in the Sunday races that we do. Scotty 4th place. Great race for him. He managed to get in front of Mr. H, which was penalized with 2 or 3 seconds for a missed start, so that cost him 4th place. Martha, great racing from him tonight, 2:01. Mike Harris, 2:15, 7th place, and Jota 3:01, the weakest in the final, but great racing nonetheless. So this is everything for us, from us here tonight. Hopefully next Tuesday, Andy, Mr. Lazy Legs, is feeling better and he's back hosting the Tuesday Fun Flies as he always does. Very great. So yes, thanks everyone for flying with us tonight. Thank you, Scotty, and thanks everyone for racing. También a vosotros que estáis por aquí, españoles. Pues nada, muchas gracias por estar aquí un martes. Volveremos como siempre el domingo, por supuesto, con nuestras carreras, un nuevo circuito, nueva competición y todo lo que venimos haciendo. And also, yes, as I'm saying, hopefully next Tuesday, I don't know if Andy will do a race this Friday. We don't have a league race this Friday, but he might do something if he's feeling better. If not, and if you want to race, our Spanish community, Rotormat, we organize races every Sunday, so you're more than welcome to join us. We're having between 18, 20, 24 people racing, so it would be awesome to have some more people from the UK joining, so we can have even bigger races and bigger competition, and just have more fun in general. But anyways, this is everything from us here tonight. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you maybe Friday, definitely Sunday, or next Tuesday, hopefully with Andy feeling better and hosting the Funfly once again. So this is everything from us here tonight. See you soon. Bye. Yeah.